What's up, everybody? We are at Tech City in Fullerton, California today for a kind of unique straight out of the box. I've got the Elite Force Glock 18C, and this just arrived to my house and I didn't really have time to set up in the garage and talk about it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it up right here at Tech City, and then we're gonna immediately play a bunch of games with it. So it might be a wide assortment of games. I don't know. I didn't get a schedule, but I just wanted to unbox this thing because, come on, it's a Glock 18C. I'm super excited for this gun. I'm sure a lot of you are, so let's get straight into it. On the outside of the box, we've got the Glock logo, 18C, some of the features here, full blowback. Let's open her up. Inside, the gun comes wrapped in plastic. Very nice. This keeps it protected from any elements as it makes its way overseas from wherever airsoft land it's coming from. We've got some oil here on the sides. It's good. Yeah, this gun is super lubed up, which is nice. It's very nice. From the front to the rear, in the front we've got our federally mandated orange tip. On the side of the slide we've got the Glock logos, 18C Austria 9x19. We've got our selector switch, semi, full auto. On the top of the slide and the barrel, we've got, on the barrel itself, we've got some, I guess these are supposed to be gas ports. I mean, they obviously don't do anything for airsoft, but aesthetically, it's very nice looking and authentic to the real Glock 18C. Got a rail here at the front for mounting lights and lasers. Some texturizing on the pistol grip, some more texturizing on the rear. Got our magazine release and slide catch release. Very nice. All right, we'll set that down. Other contents of the box include the manual. It's a 3-color manual. Here we've got the operation where you can adjust the hop up, and it's in several languages like Umarex Elite Force usually does. Do not return this product to the stores. A warranty card basically. We've got some O-rings. It's nice that they include those. Got the magazine, and the magazine is also wrapped in plastic. And with the Glock 18C, you get the extended mag. Because everybody knows just a regular magazine is not gonna cut it for the amount of full auto that everyone's about to do once they get this gun. On the rear of the mag, we've got markings, which would normally be for bullets, but in this case, they're just authentic markings. Got the Glock logo here at the bottom. Base plate also has the Glock logo. All right, this mag is a little bit different from the other ones. Instead of filling the green gas here from the bottom, they're gonna fill it from the rear. Oh, there was already some gas in there. Okay, let's grab some Elite Force gas and fill this thing up, make sure it's not leaking. All right, it doesn't appear to be leaking. We've got tension on the button. There appears to be a lot of oil here on this valve as well. It's nice that all of the parts of this gun have been lubed in their proper locations. Let's go and move this box out of the way. Take a look at the gun itself with the extended mag inside of it. Oh, nice. Cannot wait. Cannot wait to get on the field and shoot this thing, especially on full auto. What I've noticed in the other Glocks is that this rear sight likes to slide around a lot, which I'm sure you've seen in some of the gameplay videos. The glue for this rear sight is not as good as it can be, so if you do have a Glock, I recommend putting a little bit more glue or adhesive of some sort on the rear sight. Let's grab the chrono and chrono this gun and give it a test fire. I decided to use my own chrono instead of the Tech City one because mine's newer. All right, we've got our Glock 18C, got the magazine loaded up. Don't mind the little gaps, that doesn't really matter. Got it loaded up with Elite Force 0.25 gram BBs and Elite Force green gas. First shot with it and through the chrono. 311. How many joules is that? 1.127. Go and get a little closer there, Dayton. All right, second shot through the chrono. 310, 308, 301, 299. Coming down a lot. That was kind of a big jump. Started off at 311, now we're at 296. All right, jump back up to 300, 293, 294, 291, 294, 290. So we started off at a high 311. We're averaging out about 290 now. The kick though feels really nice kick. All right, we still got a bunch in there. Let's do full auto. So obviously we've been running out of gas. Oh, we didn't even run out of BBs yet, but the gas is definitely pretty much expelled. Let's see if we can get it to lock back to the rear. Oh, nice. Lock back to the rear, even with BBs. But the gas, though, it's kind of puttering a little bit as we get toward the end. There was enough to lock it back to the rear. We definitely need to try this in an in-game scenario, and that's what we're here for. Let's get this reloaded up and hit the field and shoot some more targets. I want to try to gas this up again and see how it shoots. Got a fresh mag loaded up, filled with gas, Elite Force 0.25 gram BBs. Do single, this will be for range, and to check out the hop up. Shoot at that blue barrel. That's pretty good. Let's check up, I'm gonna shoot that black wall. Let's see if the hop up is adjusted. It's actually pretty straight. Yeah, pretty straight. I could probably add a little bit more hop. Let's do that. To access the hop up, you've got these two little clips on either side, right there and right there. Pull those down, back and then forward. The slide and lower receiver will then come apart. The hop up direction is clearly marked, so we're gonna add more hop, and that is back this way, so we're just gonna add a little bit, just a tiny bit of hop up. All right, that should be good. To put the gun back together, those tabs down again, go back. This needs to be one fluid motion. Back, and then forward. Rack it back, let it go forward. If it clicks, it's in there correctly. Click, all right. Let's go ahead and open that up, insert our magazine, close it up. Give it another shot for distance. It's pretty good. Let's add a little bit more hop. I feel like we're shooting a little low. You want to go in small increments. Now, one thing I noticed about the hop up is it's pretty stiff, which is good, because there's a lot of action going on in this gun, especially once we start going full auto. We don't want that hop up to get readjusted. Oops. That's what happens when you don't do this quick enough. Got that click. All right. Back in. All right, a little too much hop now. The BB's going a little high. Now, despite having to do all these adjustments with the hop up, it's actually a good thing because now I know my hop up is working correctly. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's load up a couple more BBs into this and then some gas. Then we're gonna go full auto. Load the BBs, get a speed loader, and you can just load them here from the rear of the magazine and they'll drop in. Oh, I got a little gap right there. That's all right though, it'll skip a little bit maybe, but normally it's okay. Gonna add some more Elite Force gas. Let's get a lot in there. This is a big, big magazine. It's gonna take a lot of gas. All right, full auto. Heads up, I'm gonna shoot this thing on full auto. It's gonna be BBs everywhere. Yeah, the hop up, this thing shoots so fast that it kind of loses hop And so the BBs are just dipping down. That's kind of interesting. Like as I'm firing, I have to like bring it up, but that felt really good. That felt really good. I mean, did that sound really good to you?
It sounded pretty solid as far as.
Yeah. Let's do some burst with it. I mean, as expected too with a automatic handgun, the accuracy is kind of all over the place. But I mean, this thing is fun to shoot for sure. Just nice. It's nice. It's nice. Okay, we're gonna switch to semi. So rack. Yeah, my hop up has returned back to normal. Yeah, it just loses hop up during the full auto, but I mean, it's understandable. The BBs are coming out so fast that it doesn't have enough time. There's so many BBs coming out, and there's just not enough time for each one to make contact with the rubber nub. Because yeah, that's shooting perfectly. But again, once I shoot full auto, those BBs are just spitting out. All right, let's get it loaded back up and let's hit the field. Glock 18 is pretty damn accurate. Wait, what? What is this now? What the f? Why?
Our police station that has no one in it.
Hang on. What the f? I gotta defend my police station.
That's not our
Let's
fighter.
kill them.
Yeah, go get it.
Final thoughts on the Elite Force Glock 18C powered by green gas. Now, it's not often that I get to take a gun in the same weekend, or at least the same week, to a pickup game and then immediately to a milsim. So what a rare opportunity to test the durability and the functionality of the Glock 18. Aesthetically, the gun looks great. We have all the Glock logos and other logoing in the appropriate places to coincide with the real gun. When it comes to the overall packaging of the gun and what is included in the box, I think Elite Force did a great job to include the extended mag. This is obviously something that everybody wants for their Glock 18C, and just having it right from the get-go is really handy. Now, if you don't want to use the extended mag, regular Glock 17 mags will work in the 18C. It's a little bit more ideal as well to carry the regular magazines, especially if you're going to carry this in a holster. I personally was carrying this in my pocket of a smock, and it was much easier to handle and conceal. Another thing to note, when we unboxed the gun, it was very, very well oiled, covered in plastic. The magazine was also very, very well oiled and covered in plastic. That was really nice. I didn't have to add any lubrication to the gun itself. I could clearly see that it was ready to just be opened, gassed up, and ready to play with. Functionality of the 18C on semi, it was very crisp. After adjusting the hop up, my shots were landing pretty much where I wanted them to without much deviation. There was actually a shot that I took on Alphonse during one of the TTT games that I thought I missed, and I apparently hit him in the head. As for full auto, this is where we have not so much issue, but a situation going on in which the gun is firing so fast that as BBs are leaving the barrel, they're coming out at such a fast rate that they're not able to make contact with the hop up. So your first 2 or 3 shots on full automatic straight out of the gun, The shot placement is gonna be okay. As soon as those follow-up shots start cycling out of the gun, they're just traveling too fast to make contact with the hop-up nub, and they just kind of go straight into the dirt. However, it wasn't an issue, especially at Milsim West, shooting like that, mainly because, I mean, look at the barrel length of this thing. You're not shooting this for extreme distances. From the distance from me to the camera is actually ideal for the distance that you're gonna be shooting full auto. There was a time during the Milsim West game where there was just a line of UN guys along a wall, and I was probably about, I would say 10, 15 feet away, and I was able to spray a good number of them with the extended magazine, and I pretty much hit almost everybody in that stack. And that was just straight full auto. I'm sure the hop-up was not engaging on half of the BBs, but I was still able to hit targets. So it's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's also something that isn't necessary from that distance. Also too, once you start shooting full auto at further than I would say 20 feet, the shots aren't really gonna be that crazy accurate. If you're aiming at someone at that distance, you're probably not going to hit them. So why even bother? You might as well just take a little bit more time, get closer to your target, and then be able to spray them down. That was really the only issue that I had with the Glock 18C. I never had a jam, a weird stoppage, or anything. I pulled this on lots of people during my time as the police chief, and not one single time did it not fire or not feed or anything like that. Just the overall functionality of the gun was superb in both a pickup game and a milsim game. One thing that's important to note, especially when you're talking about an automatic pistol, is the gas efficiency, or any gas-powered automatic. So on semi, very efficient. Full auto, not so much, but we kind of already know what's going on there. We're losing lots of gas due to the full automatic. With the regular magazine, again, I was able to go through a whole magazine. On semi, on full auto, it would dump like the whole mag depending on how much gas was in there. There were a couple times where I had to full auto and I wasn't able to regas this mag from the previous full auto. So obviously not all the BBs came out of the gun. Overall, I do recommend the Glock 18C from Umarex Elite Force. As I said, performance-wise, it was great. I didn't have any problems. That's really what matters, is once you get on the field and you start playing airsoft, is the gun performing well? And the 18C, you passed with flying colors. One thing is this gun is especially fun to shoot. I did go a little overboard with some of the full auto on people. I tried my hardest to aim for gear or areas that weren't gonna hurt as much, but obviously with full auto you can't really control that. It was really nice to have the full automatic capability in a small package that I could just simply carry around in a pocket and conceal, and when stuff got real I could just pull it out, spray a couple BBs in someone's direction, and they would take cover, and that would allow me to either get away or to continue the engagement or close distance and eliminate them. I definitely recommend this as a sidearm, especially if you've got something like a bolt action, if you're a sniper, or if you need lots of firepower but also need to be light, or you want to conceal this. This is just a very ideal platform with so many applications in airsoft. That's gonna wrap up this very different format of straight out of the box. In fact, the reason I'm sitting on my desk right now is because there's a bunch of stuff strewn out across the garage from the Milsim West game that we went to, so I can't even sit down on this. Links in the description below to where you can get your own Elite Force Umarex Glock 18C. And as always, this is DesertFox, and I'll see you on the field.